Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Global News reports that Health Canada has issued a recall for multiple types of Chinese-made children's toys from the company, the Kiddo Space, citing various serious safety risks. Consumers are advised to immediately stop using the affected products, keep them out of reach of children, and contact the Kiddo Space for a full refund. The recalled items include flashcard talking toys and handwriting practice kits, both found to contain unsafe levels of phthalates and lead, posing a chemical hazard. Montessori egg toys, storybooks, and peg dolls in cups are recalled due to choking hazards, particularly for children under 3 years old. A sensory swing was recalled for posing a strangulation risk, while the LED soccer hover ball was flagged for a burn hazard due to battery overheating. Additionally, finger painting kits contain hazardous substances like methanol, ethylene glycol, and phthalates, which can cause irritation and other adverse health effects. Christmas tree toy playsets also contain lead and zipper pulls and have accessible batteries, posing ingestion and chemical hazards. While some products have received no reports of incidents in Canada, the finger painting kits have had 18 worldwide reports of strong paint odor, skin irritation, and swollen lymph nodes. Prime Minister Mark Carney recently addressed New York business leaders, outlining a vision for a new partnership between Canada and the United States. According to Radio Canada International, Carney asserted that a stronger, more independent Canada can selectively contribute to making America great again. Moving beyond a historically subservient relationship, he emphasized Canada's role as an energy superpower with abundant oil, natural gas, and clean electricity, which could help address the U.S.'s acute energy shortage, particularly with the boom in artificial intelligence. Carney highlighted potential cooperation in strategic sectors like autos, aluminum, energy, and minerals, proposing practical solutions to ongoing trade antagonism with the U.S. Despite stalled formal talks and persistent tariff threats from U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, however, criticized Carney's seemingly inconsistent messaging on U.S. integration. The Canadian Liberals have stated they are unable to overturn a recent decision by the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission, CRTC, that triples the financial contributions required from online streaming services for Canadian content. The RTC mandated last week that large streaming platforms must allocate 15% of their Canadian revenues to support Canadian productions. The Conservatives swiftly responded with a motion in the House of Commons, urging the Cabinet to reject this increase, warning of its potential negative impact on consumers, investment in Canada, and trade relations with the United States. However, the government, through Parliamentary Secretary Kevin Laimoreaux, clarified that the Broadcasting Act limits Cabinet's intervention to decisions involving broadcast licenses, a category that does not include financial contributions. This position was supported by Monica Ars of the Forum for Research and Policy in Communications. The U.S. Ambassador to Canada, Pete Hoekstra, also voiced strong opposition, calling for the online streaming tax to be rescinded, citing concerns about deterring investment and increasing costs for Canadian consumers. This report is from the Canadian Press. KLA Laboratories, Inc., a 97-year-old family-owned firm based in Dearborn, Michigan, has announced the launch of KLA Tech Canada and the opening of its first international office in Mississauga, Ontario, near Toronto. This expansion marks a significant step for the company, which specializes in IT, AV, and wireless integration solutions. According to Matt O'Brien, President and CEO of KLA Laboratories, establishing a local presence in Ontario is a natural progression to better support its expanding customer base across North America and globally. KLA Laboratories is recognized as an industry leader in designing, installing, commissioning, and operating advanced network systems, particularly in large venues such as stadiums, airports, and manufacturing facilities. Following a successful grand opening, KLA Tech Canada will offer a full suite of services to the Canadian market, maintaining the high level of service and technical expertise for which KLA Laboratories is known. This news comes from newswire.ca. The Canadian press reports that the Supreme Court of Canada has upheld a previous ruling stating that Aboriginal title cannot be declared over private land. This decision contrasts with a landmark BC Supreme Court ruling in the Cancon case, which had suggested that Aboriginal title could apply to private property, casting doubt on the primacy of private land rights. The federal government has indicated that the Supreme Court's refusal to hear an appeal in the New Brunswick case will inform future arguments in other ongoing cases, including the Cowichan tribe's claim. Crown Indigenous Relations Minister Rebecca Alti's department emphasized that private property rights are fundamental and that the government is committed to protecting these rights while advancing reconciliation. Montrose Properties, a large private landowner in the Cowichan area, is also seeking to reopen that case due to being omitted from the original trial. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.